bevo.com.
In the late 1980s, you revolutionised the slightly stuffy British banking world by launching the first ever telephone bank, Firstdirect. 10 years later, you went on to launch the online bank Egg. So you're clearly a business revolutionary. Could you give advice to any business owners or CEOs that are watching this, that are also looking to turn an established market on its head like you did in the finance world?
You've really got to do three things simultaneously. The first is to find out what is not working for customers in that industry today. What is that industry not doing well for customers? Where are the missing needs, if you like, or the unmet needs? That's the first thing. If you looked at banking back in the 80s, it was clear that branches weren't open long enough. They were in inconvenient locations, and when people got into them, they didn't particularly enjoy the experience they had. They didn't like the queuing, particularly didn't like the queuing. So the first thing is what isn't working for customers. That's the first thing you've got to know about. The second thing is you've got to find a business model that turns some established assumptions on their head. So why do we need branches for banking was the assumption that was overturned basically in telephone banking. And so you've got to find a superior business model. You've got to be able to meet an unmet customer need in a way that makes money, to put it very simply. So those two have got to match. And the key to having that happen normally is finding an emerging technology. So most industries are, if you revolutionise most industries, you are usually finding there's a technology in the mix somewhere. That lets you do those two things I said earlier, meet an unmet customer need in a way that makes money. For telephone banking, it was customer databases and automated call centres. Obviously, internet banking was the internet. So mostly you'll find a technology of some sort behind a revolution. But it's not enough, you've got to match that with a customer need and a business model.
bevo.com